Welcome to another episode of If I Had More Time. Sometimes we are asked questions, many times we're asked questions that we cannot get to during a live event. And we have decided to take some time when we're not in the event to be able to answer those questions. Number one, because we want to get to their questions. And number two, we found that they are helpful for many of you. And so I've got Megan Hibbert, my lovely co-host here, who is fired up to ask me the questions. Feel free to speak into them yourself. Let's go.
All right, the first one. Do you recommend paying off a mortgage if the interest is low?
Now, if you look at the ladder, we can put it on the screen. Listen, interest rates were so low from, let's say, 2013 to like 2021. Mm-hmm. They were so low that it is reasonable and okay to flip-flop rung 7 and 8. Pay off the house and business debt early. Rung 8 is invest 30%. Because if you can't beat 2.5% in the stock market, like, you can beat that with a CD right now. So it's okay to flip-flop 7 and 8. I tell people all the time, hey, if we're at rung 7 or 8, can we agree we're all winning with money?
Right.
And you're really smart, make the decision that's right for you. Now, if you're approaching retirement, your income's going to go way down. Maybe it's more sensible to pay off your debt so you have no mortgage payment when you enter retirement. If you have a lot of time, hey, keep that low interest rate mortgage and invest the extra. Here, I'm going to steal this and ask you a question. Here we go. I'm going to ask Megan a question. She didn't know I was going to do that.
I did not.
How do you feel about reselling as a side hustle?
It's funny, we talk about this a lot. I feel great about it. I think if I look at our house and there are so many things, I mean, we have stuff from pre-kids that we aren't using anymore. Mm-hmm. We have stuff, baby stuff, we aren't using anymore and are not going to use anymore, ever.
Yeah.
So why not get rid of them? It's just, you're just holding on to it. I think it's a great way to make extra money.
Yeah.
You know, to get rid of stuff so your house isn't so cluttered. I feel like sometimes it's like caving in on me.
Yeah.
I have to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
So a lot of times you can do value add. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, I can buy logs. I do a value add by slabbing them out into lumber. Mm-hmm. And then I can resell them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So a lot of times people will buy an old computer. The value add is they will part them out into different chips and different components, and they have markets for all those things. So if you can add a value add, that'll be really good as well.
Yeah,
Great
we're
question.
about to add, I want to get all new dressers for our for our bedroom. And so I want to redo all of them and sell them.
Oh,
make some money.
That's great.
Because right now they look not great.
That's awesome. Yeah. Value add. I'm going to ask you another question and then I'm going to hand it back to you. Where can one finance a llama? Where can you finance a llama?
The llama financing store?
Yes, the LFS, the llama financing store. That's exactly. But actually, you can put them on a credit card. People have done it. Do you know llama can cost like 15 grand? And I have now met 2 people who have financed llamas.
If you've never been to an event with Joe, he talks about financing llamas.
Because I've met 2 people.
Paying off llamas.
Yeah.
Why the question is there.
Get fired up. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in my 70s. What is a recommended amount to have saved for expenses that occur in the last years of life?
You're in your 70s?
This is what the question.
Oh, that's the question. I got
long-term insurance that will be inadequate.
Okay. So how much is enough? That is a large, broad question. What I would tell you to do is to do something called pro forma statements. Pro forma literally means looking ahead. And you should say, in a scenario in which I needed long-term care, and what is your reality related to family helping with that care? What is your reality with the expenses that are going out? Is your house paid for? Do you want to sell your house? If that happens, you need to make sure that everybody's situation is different and put together a budget and say, okay, long-term care will pay this much. I can pull this much from my investment accounts. I have these annuities or pensions or Social Security paying this much, and here's what the outgo will be. And go do research of how much long-term care facilities are in your area or the area in which you will be provided that care, and do the math. And you will be able to see what the gap is. And I know this, Megan, many times the gap is much larger in their heads than it is in reality. Yeah. So maybe it's a $2,000 a month gap. Okay, seems like a lot. That's $24,000 a year. If you have $500,000 saved up, that's, $24,000 a year, that's 20 years worth of care that you can bridge the gap with. No, we know inflation will increase the prices and all that stuff, but that's pretty good. Not too many people need long-term care for 20 years. So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Make sense? Mm-hmm. And so that's a great question. I really encourage you to go meet with a financial planner. They will help you really understand your particular situation and help you put together a plan that you're comfortable with.
What do you recommend as a side hustle?
Oh, everything, all the things, listen, as long as it is not sinful, as long as it treats people well, and I say go for the double win, a win for you and a win for your customer, whatever that is. And so my twin brother plants chestnuts and sprouts them and sells them as bare root trees. Now, he can't retire on it, but he makes some money with it. And then he films it and has a chestnut channel that has been monetized and pays him money every month, which is sensational. And so I would just really encourage you to think about different ways, creative ways. We've shared about this, in a lot of different settings. We've done podcast episodes on it. I really encourage you to check it out on how to produce additional sources of income.
Yeah, I'd say ultimately something you're passionate about.
Yeah, we love it when it's matched with a passion because, hey, it's extra work.
Right.
Who wants just extra work? You may not be passionate about your day job. At least let your side hustle be something you're passionate about.
Yep. All right. How do you budget well with fluctuating?
Oh, just buy my book, I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. Go to chapter 8. Just skip straight to it and read that. The quick answer, that's the quick answer, and it's the real answer. We also have it in Fully Funded Life, a course on how to win with seasonal, cyclical, or irregular income. The whole key is you have to have one additional step, and that is you've got to build a pool of funds. We call them a known slumps fund that helps you bridge the gap when you have the down periods of your income and you replenish during the up times of your income. And it allows you to pull a steady salary from that fund to your household level. And this is for you salespeople, commission salespeople, real estate agents, hairstylists, people relying upon tip income. You own a small business, your income is lumpy. You can do this. You can do it. But I'm serious. This is not just a plug to buy my book. I'm telling you, the $20 or so you'll spend on it will be wildly helpful to you starting to prosper with your seasonal, cyclical, or irregular income.
For retirement safe account savings versus the scary stuff. That one makes sense.
Ask it again.
For retirement safe accounts savings versus the scary stuff.
Oh, they're saying, should you move everything to safe mode in retirement? Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, different strokes, different folks. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. If you cannot handle the stress, the challenge of that, you need to move it to safe mode. That's okay. You will miss out on the opportunity to grow your funds, but you will not miss out on the stress of down market days and down market years. And so I encourage you, this is where wise counsel in your life can help you, because I would tell you that if you don't need the money in the next 5 years, you have a reality that inflation is going to erode the purchasing power of your money. There is no safe investment that will allow you to keep pace or meet or beat the power of inflation to derail your money, okay? So I would just say, money you don't need for at least 5 years, that should be at some level of risk. The longer term that window is, more risk can be tolerated. But if you need it the next 5 years, safe mode. It's Joe's 5-year rule. You should have your own number of year rule. Is that it?
Yep.
Well, hey, listen, apparently we don't have more time. Thanks for listening to this episode of If I Had More Time. When we do find more time, we will share more questions. Hey, if you have a question you'd love for us to answer, comment down below. What is the question that you would love to see featured on the next If I Had More Time? Hey, it's an honor for Megan and I and our entire team to serve you as you live your fully funded life. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hey, I encourage you to click the links that are provided to watch a lot of more helpful content that'll help you live your fully funded life. Thanks for being a part of our community.